Ranting time! I'm bad at intros, but, anyways, I'm gonna rant about my OCs. You can leave whenever, you can skip through the video. I won't judge, I won't even know, but, you know. Okay, we're gonna start the video with the one and only Lily. Most likely everyone watching this video has most likely been around long enough to know who Lily is, but just in case, Lily is my main OC. Her weapons are needle and thread, which she loses in the finale, and a naginata, which she uses in the movie because her ninpo and stuff. Her mystic power is that she can shoot fire charges, sort of like those guys in the old video games and maybe in the other more recent video games, but I don't know, I don't play those kind of video games that much. I play Dandy's World and Roblox. Anyways, after in the movie or after those events, maybe she's able to control more than just fire and goes on to use water, plant, light, wind, lightning, and ice magic because why not, you know? She looks like a human because, she's mostly human, but she has a bit of ornate box turtle DNA. And you know who else has ornate box turtle DNA? Yeah, I'm working on her backstory. I made the video, but I'm planning to sort of change it just to make it actually make sense, but yeah. Here are some fun facts about her you all may not know yet. And by some fun facts, I mean most likely 1,000. Lily is protective of her family, obviously. Not Wrath level, but somewhere around there, yeah. Lily, canonically, but not really canonically, because she's an OC and not a canon character, is 4'4". But I say that she's 4'5" because her boots add an inch to her height. So she's technically, but not really, 4'5". Yeah. Lily has 2 pet dragons. Yes, dragons. I don't post about the fact a lot, but she's got dragons. They're cool. I don't know how that exactly works because the sewers, or where they live is pretty tight in space, but I'm working on it and I'm working on the designs. But I also procrastinate and then tend to forget stuff and, so it's best if you just don't expect, the designs and stuff to be out really soon or anything. Lily would do anything for her family, friends, or, loved ones in general. I think most of us already know that, but yeah, it's a fact, so it's going in the video. I like to think that Lily is good at combat. She can fight short and long range. The thing is, her aim isn't perfect. It's good, but not perfect. She doesn't have much experience with fighting. It's just fire blast, kick, trap with thread, punch. Raphael, you good? Kick, punch, blast, destruction, I think she's better at healing wounds. Maybe Leo or Donnie teach her a few things. But, Lily's just naturally good at healing people. That is a lie. It looks natural, but this girl has searched up how to help your red-eared slider turtle mutant brother after your soft-shelled turtle mutant brother hit him in the head with his bow staff made of technology in the head. Way too often. She's also good at helping with emotions, unless they include emotions like jealousy, irritation, overstimulation, romantic love, heartbreak, and embarrassment. Otherwise, she's a pro. Maybe. You could be the judge of that. I don't know. But enough about Lily, since she is always in the spotlight, even though she would much rather be anywhere else. Here's more stuff about my other OCs. I shall now talk about Mia. I changed her age, so she's 13 in the series and 15 in the movie. She's a few months older than Mikey, but still younger than Leo, Thea, and Donnie. She has a crossbow, and her mystic power is that she can create electrical sound waves, whether it's on purpose or on accident. She doesn't like Lily. She doesn't despise Lily. I guess she's just sort of jealous. I don't know. I might be the creator, but I don't know. Mia has narcolepsy, and I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. So she doesn't really go on missions because of it, which is why I don't draw her in many ROTTMT screenshots, as much as I draw Lily in them. She used to go on missions way before Lily, so before they ever got mystic powers, but one day Mia's narcolepsy kicks in and she falls asleep, getting injured in the process. Splinter puts his foot down, not literally, and decides it's best if she stays home, maybe occasionally being able to go out. I like to think mid-season 1 she's able to go on missions and basically go outside in general. I researched a few things about narcolepsy because I want my writing to be accurate, even if Turtle Mutant's magic powers and thread that can extend around the world don't actually exist. People with narcolepsy exist, so I want Mia's experiences and stuff to be accurate, and I'll try my best to write her as accurately as possible. I'm not the best with words, so, yeah. Before we move on, Mia has a leaf collection and plushie collection. She has 356 leaves, which may or may not be dead, and 276 plushies. She finds her crossbow when she sneaks out one day because she wasn't there in the first episode where her siblings got weapons, so she needs to find her weapon some other way. And she basically has to learn how to control her electric sound wave things. And last thing about her, I try to make her so she's pretty much the opposite of Lily. Moving on, we got Thea. Thea is non-binary, they have a scythe, and they can create force fields. They're really paranoid about things and usually uses their force fields to protect themselves and Mia, which Mia doesn't really need that much protection, but she's cool with it. If they use their force field abilities too much, they'll get tired and maybe even pass out, depending on how long they use the force fields for. They're Mia's best friend and is also absent during the first few episodes because they're scared and they just want to hang out with their bestie. Thea surprisingly really likes bugs, especially bees, ladybugs, spiders, and butterflies. Thea really does not like water, since they have aquaphobia and has traumatic experiences with water. They hate it, they're afraid of it. If they see even the tiniest drop of water on their kitchen sink, they bolt. They do not like the ocean, they do not like rivers. If they see a water bottle, that force field's going up. The only way to get them hydrated is if you secretly put water in a different bottle or something, preferably maybe a soda bottle or something, and just, give it to them. They're not going to know the difference. They keep their body clean in different ways that don't include water because ways like that exist, and I don't even think the turtles even have access to tap water anyway, since they live in the sewers, so they probably have to find ways to keep themselves clean without water regardless. But Thea is 14 in the series and 16 in the movie. She's Leo and Donnie's triplet, since they're twins, and I can make the whoever's twin I want. So she's younger than Leo but older than Donnie, and fun fact, Thea and Donnie are both the same height. It's just that they assume Thea is older because in the past, so when they were all very, very, very small children, Thea was taller than Donnie. So they just stick to the assumption that Thea's older. Now we are going to talk about Lou. Yay! Lou's full name is Lucinda, but she absolutely hates that name. I don't know why, even though I created her. I guess we'll never know. No hate to people named Lucinda, by the way. That name's really pretty. Lou just goes by, well, Lou, because, it's a weird story. We're going all the way back to when I did not post on this channel, about TMNT at least, when I was very, 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 very cringe. Side note, Lou is actually the second OC I've ever made. I just thought she was cringe because OCX canon, you know? Of course, OCX canon ships are cool, and I literally have one. I'm literally talking about the OC shipped with a canon character right now. It's just that I feel like it's cringe when I do it, but there are actually a lot of people who are really good at making OCX canon ships and stuff, especially in the Rise of the TMT fandom. I've seen it myself, so yeah. But besides that, that's the reason I didn't post about her until, let me check, January 9, 2025. That's a long time, really long time. And the start of my channel was on August 17, 2024, or when I completely took over my mom's channel and Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles-ified it. It's a really long, non-existent word. The thing is, again, I said I created Lou before I posted on the channel, which means I most likely created her around 2023 or 2024. I feel so weird knowing that I only posted about her at the start of this year, but I'm getting way too off track. Basically, one day, I was sitting in my house, brain filled with creativity and Lily trauma, because at the time, Lily was my only OC, and I was just like, I have a wild idea. It was stupid, because my stupid past mind decided to imagine a scenario where it was just like, I think she might be another one of those mutants. Hulu. You know, like Hulu, like the app that you can watch shows on. Like, that's it. I am so disappointed in myself for that, but you know what? The past is in the past. Lou is much cooler now, and that joke does not stand. It sits in the ground for all of eternity because it was just that dumb. But, props to past me for creating something dumb so that present me can make it even better. Okay, in-universe facts now because I really want to forget about that other stuff. Before Lou meets the Mad Dogs, she steals a super cool, super amazing, it's just an orb that gives her powers and sometimes changes colors based on her emotions. She stole it from the Foot Clan because the Foot Clan was going to do some pretty bad stuff with it. I don't know what they were going to do. I have not thought about it, so we will never know. Until I find a convincing story or whatever. Lou basically gets bored because, again, morally gray, and decides to steal something random, aka the moon orb. Don't try this at home, kids. Lou somehow gets away with stealing the orb and does not find out it unlocks magical powers for her yet. Imagine getting your stuff stolen by a middle school dropout. Okay, that feels a bit mean now that I say that. Yes, Lou dropped out of middle school because of behavioral issues and mental health issues, and I think it should be middle school because she's 13. But luckily for her, she meets the gang and she gets to go on mystical, life-threatening experiences without having to worry about grades. Fun fact, later, I mean, you know, if this was all canon and stuff, we would find out that the moon orb is not a moon orb. In fact, the moon orb is a moon egg. Haha. Basically, there's a creature living in this mystic thing, and it basically becomes Lou's pet. Another fun fact And if you don't like OCs being shipped with canon characters, you can skip this part. Leo declares this is Lou and Mikey's child figure. Because, of course, when the moon orb or egg hatches, a tiny, most likely turtle, maybe fox, maybe cat, I haven't decided yet, pops out. This is like mid-season 2, so they're 13, most likely 14. I don't know how the ages work in Rise. But that's besides the point. This is a pet, and they're literally too young to even adopt a child, so this is just their child figure with quotation marks. Emphasis on the figure with the quotation marks. And again, it's not actually child figure, it's a pet. It's just a joke that Leo makes, which Leo doesn't actually take that as a joke. He's very serious about that, but let's just call it a joke, guys. It's a joke. Yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me rant about my 4OCs, and by the way, I'm voicing this on the 10th and 11th of December, but by the time you're watching this, it'll most likely be December 17, aka mine and Lily's birthday, so consider this as a birthday special, kind of, if you want to, at least, and I'll see you on the next video. Not really, but you know what I mean.